let's see, 26 and 27. We are going to have speakers on 21 and 41. So could I have the motion to approve the consent items as made earlier? Say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. So now let's go to item 21, where we have a speaker, Krista Maiden, and this item is on the police department's DNA equipment and supplies. It's the purchase of the DNA equipment, the software upgrades, and supplies. So, Ms. Krista Maiden, please come down. Yep. Yes, right up to the podium with the microphone. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. My name is Krista Maiden, and I'm a survivor of a violent sexual assault that took place just outside of Uptown in June of 2015. I wanted to take this opportunity to address the council regarding CMPD's analysis of DNA samples as they pertain to sexual assault investigations and rape kit testing. We can spend millions of dollars on new equipment, software, and other resources to perform DNA analysis of rape kits, and that's great. These kits should be tested, all of them. But until CMPD mandates trauma-informed training for sexual assault investigations, we can test these kits till we're blue in the face, but the conviction rates are remaining almost the same, which is extremely low, and especially when compared to other violent crimes. While it is extremely important that each and every rape kit is tested, it is of equal, if not more importance, that law enforcement receive training on the neurobiology of trauma, training on investigative strategies on how to respond to sexual assault crimes in victim-centered and trauma-informed manner. CMPD Captain Melanie Peacock said the following in an interview with WFAE regarding law enforcement training in 2018. All incoming detectives are sent to interview schools, and all new detectives go through formalized training program in which they are paired with a senior detective for one-on-one practical instruction. This training process can last as long as 6 months. After that, detectives can handle cases on their own. Is that enough? My answer is no. The CMPD investigation into my assault was almost as traumatic as the assault itself. During my first interview at the CMPD headquarters during the days following my assault, I was told almost right away that I could go to jail, that I, the victim, could go to jail. Why? For making false allegations. Mind you, the injuries that I sustained during the assault were so severe that people had asked me if I had been in a car accident. I had a bruise on my inner left thigh in the shape of a handprint, and my voice was raspy and hoarse as I could barely speak from being repeatedly strangled and choked during my assault. My neck was completely covered in bruises. This is not how a victim interview should be conducted. If I didn't have the support of my family, I would have likely left the interview never to return. 65% of sexual assault victims choose not to follow through with the investigation after their first interview with the police. My investigation lasted over 3 years. I'll spare you the rest of the details because they are more disturbing than the content of a Stephen King novel, and I'm speaking of the details of my investigation, not of my assault. CMPD failed me, and they failed the public, as the man who violently sexually assaulted me is walking free among us today. I dealt with a legal system, not a justice system. I never received justice. Had my detectives been properly trained, I might not be standing before you today. The man who violated me and viciously attacked me might be in prison if proper training were in place. In closing, I will repeat what I said moments ago. We can test these kits all day till we're blue in the face, but until we get trauma-informed investigations in place, these kits being tested aren't going to do much good.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the courage to come to us and say that this is a need. So first of all, we really appreciate that. And the second thing that I say is that we know that we owe every person that's investigated the opportunity to face their accused or the person that has harmed them. And so we'll look into your case specifically, and we will look into trauma enforcement. And Councilmember Mayfield would like to comment or ask a question.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Manager, in this budget cycle, an additional $2 million was approved to CMPD for training. Do we specifically identify, and if we haven't, Do we have time, because that was a $2 million allotment over a 2-year time period to ensure that there is very specific training tied to the DNA equipment that is being used? Have we had any conversations regarding what specific training CMPD are going to go through along with any mandates?
So, Councilmember Mayfield, we did not have a tie specifically to training other than to identify training, so I will get with the chief to see how he's going about not just the $2 million, but all of the other training that's related to his budget.
And you will have that by your
Absolutely.
next manager's report?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
All right. Again, thank you for
Thank
your
you.
courage. Thank
Okay.
you very
And
much.
just quickly, I would all suggest that you guys listen to a podcast that it's called, it was by WFAE, it's called She Says.
I know,
And it went through the navigation of what it's like to go through as a sexual assault victim in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County and dealing with CMPD. So
Thank you
it
very
illustrates
much
that, and
for
I
the
urge you all
reminder.
to listen to it.
Thank
It's very
you.
important. Thank you.
So, we then need to have a motion to adopt item 21. Oh, that was included in, no, we did not. We had speakers on that. So do I have a motion to approve item 21, the DNA kits, software, equipment, and software and supplies? Do I have a motion?